Right, that's keep meaning to do some videos for Island Locks. To be honest, I don't really get the chance. But Paul Dixon's asked me, could I do a little demonstration on the non-British Standard Union 5 lever. This is a curtain pick, 5 lever, no anti-picks. Does take a lot of tension on these normally, but it's just another way of, once you start getting these to bind, the wraparound levers on them, they have a big slope before they get to the true gate. Once they start binding, they bind very easy. They set very easy, just like the Euros. So when we're picking these, normally a lot of tension to try and start them off. There's always one that binds, but if we can't get that one to bind properly, it's a bit of a pig. So what we do is we tension the pack. So to compress the pack, what we do is use a bit of bent steel. This is in the Island Locksmith, one of Jay's picks that he produced. Bent steel into the end. This allows us to get behind the lever pack, and then we pull the pack, and that compresses the 5 levers together. Okay, these picks are available at Island Locks. I think they're out of stock at the moment, but you'll be producing more than likely. Anyway, if you're lucky enough to get one, this is the sort of thing you can do at the end. Right, so the idea of this one is we go in, turn 90 degrees, go fully to the back of the lock, turn around, and then this is going to allow us to tension the back of the pack. Okay, just to make sure we're at the back of the pack, let's just put the pick in, and we're going to go through the levers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. None of them want to bind. So what we're going to do is turn around, a bit of pulling tension onto that. We're compressing the pack now. Now basically what we're going to do is, if we keep an eye, if we can move the pick, this camera in, keep an eye on this pick, you'll see it's set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the cup, there's one already, just reset it again. I'll keep the pressure on. I'll just lift number 1, you'll see this go. There we go. 1 and 2. Our starting ones. And basically what we're doing is small lifts to get that initial bind. Once we've got the initial bind, we can then lay off that tension, lay off the actual compression, but keep the tension on. Okay. Then we can go through, pick as normal. So small lifts, and we're looking for a 12 to 1 o'clock maximum lift. So if I looked at that, that's 1 to 2 lift. That's 2 big. Okay, and we can actually hear the big slop of it. You can feel it coming back down with the pick. Okay, so we can slip off that one, go to 2. Again, big return. 3 is the same. 4 is solid. Okay, so now what we're going to do is 4 till we hear a nice good click. There's 4, and if we test 4, if you notice we've got a louder click there. Now you should be able to hear this through the door. If you can't, the idea is look between the 1 and 2. Okay, so or 12 to 1. It's that sort of small movement, that small degree of movement. Yeah, that's number 4. Let's go to 5, right to the back. That's 5, sorry. There's 4 solid. So I'm going to lift 4 up. There's 4 set. Let's go to 5. 5 set. 4 set. 3 is solid. Let's lift 4. 3 till we get that click. Now there's a lot of tension there, so I'm going to lay off our turning tension just a bit. We've got 3 is set. 4 is set. 5 is set. Let's come to the front. 1's not ready just yet. 2, so we must have just haven't set one of them fully. Number 4. So again, turning pressure till we get that click. These normally stay in position once you set them. Okay, to 1. 1 is solid now. Okay, no movement at all on number 1. So let's turn 1 till we get that click. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So it leaves number 2. I'll just get on to 2. There's 2 there. There's 2 set. Now what you find is your last lever on the 2210s always oversets. Okay. Now we can go through 1. I can hear 1 set. 2 is overset. Miles up there. You can see my indicator off down here. 3 is set. 4 is set. And 5 is set. Okay. It's number 2. And it's always oversets. Okay. Now what you do is you lay off the tension. If not, you turn back a little bit on the tension. So what I'm going to do is just bounce the tension and this lock will open. There we go. I'll do that. I was going to say I'll do it once more. We've got 6 minutes. So if we can do that quickly. So we're going to go in, pull in tension. And if I can do this at real time then. I've got the giver ready. Four, 3, so 1 and 2 will overset. And you think, oh no, everything's circuit is all binded up. They're all set, it's that one. So all we're going to do is lay off the tension, allow that lever 2 to drop. And there we go. Lock's open. That's it. That's all you got to do. So make it look simple. Just look for the binding lever. Press in the pack. If I quickly find a screwdriver, I could have opened this lock. This one. Not really have to grind on too much. Basically, the idea then is just the bent sprung steel. I'm sure I use 1.6 6 gauge. There we go. There's the wrap round levers. So you got another 5, 2, 6, 3, obviously 6. So just to show you this doesn't all fall out. We're basically going in to the back of the lock. Like I said, oh, you can't see. And then our pick now is actually level with that curtain. So as we go behind, we're now tensioned onto the bolt. And then what we do is as we pull, I'm going to pull the lever out deliberately now, but as we pull, you see there, that compresses all the levers together and then it starts to bind. Okay. Now the other thing you'll find on these, it's going to fall out now, is that these levers have a chamfer start on them. So if you notice, they come down to the true gate, they're all chamfered down. So that's the bit of gives you're looking for. Okay, and when you hear the noise, that's just the gates, the stumps in the true gate when it's actually hitting off, and you can hear that banging. Okay, I hope that helps, mate.